Hi friend, this is Mandeep and you are watching High Technology TV. On today's video, we are going to discuss about Azure SQL. Here you are able to see the icon of Azure SQL. If you guys are not able to find it here, just go to the search and search for Azure SQL. And then click on the Azure SQL here. Here we do not have any resources for Azure SQL. So let's create a Azure SQL resource. Click on this, and here we have three options. One of them is SQL database, second one is SQL managed instance, and third one is SQL virtual machine. So here just click on the show details, so we get the details. In the SQL database we have three type of resources: single database, elastic pool, and database server. So let's discuss about this. So SQL database is best for modern cloud applications. You are able to see it here that it is the best fit for modern and cloud born applications. So it is a fully managed SQL database engine, and it is based on latest stable enterprise edition of SQL Server version, and these are the featured capabilities of single database. When it comes to elastic pool, it is a collection of databases with a shared set of resources managed via a database server. Through this, it is managed through database server, and database server is used to manage group of single databases and elastic pool. Database server act as a central administrative point for multiple single or pooled databases. So it is just for managing our single and pooled databases. It acts as a central administrative point. Now come to the SQL managed instance, and managed instance provide us full SQL server access. Here we are not getting the full SQL server access, and we are not getting all the features here. We are just getting a single database or elastic pool, that depends. So through this we are getting the whole features, and we are getting a full SQL server access of our instance. On the SQL virtual machine, we get the OS level access. Mean to say we have all the functionality which we want, and it's like same the on-premises SQL server which we install on our system. It's just like same, but it's on the cloud on Azure. This is just the difference. So here let's click on the create. So we create a database here. So here I am using the free trial. You can also use that. Here we already have a resource group, so I'm going to select that. If you want to create a new, just click on this create new. And on the database name, just enter your database name. I'm giving it name WebDB1. So it is available, and now we do not have any server, so let's create a server. Click here on create new and give it name WebDB1. Okay, web app 1, it's available, and here we have to provide the SQL server admin login. So just provide it, provide a password, and this is the location. If you want to change the location, you can change it. I'm keeping it default, and just click on OK, and a server is created. And here you want to use the SQL elastic pool, so here I'm keeping it default as no. And here this is the main thing, that is configure database. So just click on configure database, and here we have multiple options like basic for less demanding workloads, and for standing for workload with typical performance requirement, and for input output intensive workload. So here it is not available because I am using the free tier. And in Azure SQL we have two different type of purchasing models. So one of them is DTU based and second one is core based. Here it is vCore based and this is the DTU based. So when we go to the basic, then we have 5 DTUs and then maximum data max size is 2 GB, and on the standard we get from 10 to 3000, and we get the data max size from 100 MB to 1 terabyte. But here you are able to see that you are using a free trial, so which is limited to performance level not higher than S1, so that's why it is, this is the S1. And on premium I'm not able to see that. On vCore based purchasing option, let's see, here we get the different option also, that is general purpose, hyperscale and business critical, and according to the demand and according to the usage there are latency is involved, input outputs operations is there, IO is there, and you are able to see that here the latency is 2 to 10 microsecond. From here it is 1 to 2, just 1 or 2 microsecond latency. So it totally depends upon what kind of usage do you have and what kind of model of purchasing you are using. So back to the DTU base and let's go with this standard, and here this is the cost summary. You are able to see that this is the cost summary. So just click on apply here and just go and click on review plus create, and here you are able to see that this is the collection, this is the advanced data security not now, and allow Azure services to access this server no, private endpoint, just go back if you want to edit these things, and on the networking, like if you want to provide the access, then click on public endpoint and add current IP address yes, allow Azure services and resources to access this server. If you want to enable it, you just click on yes and click on additional setting. So here it is asking like, do you want to create a blank database or if you want to the existing data backup or sample. So here I'm choosing sample and it will choose the AdventureWorks LT as a sample and our database is created, but the name of that particular database is that we have given. So here just click on review plus create, and this is the amount per month that are going to charge Azure. Azure is going to charge us this amount, and this is the DB name that is created. So let's click on create. So deployment in progress, so let's wait for it. Meanwhile, let's open Management Studio. Okay, so our deployment is complete. So go to the resource. And this is the server name, so just copy it. Okay, so we are connected. successfully to our database, and here you are able to see that we just get our database and security. We have not received any other thing. So here on the database, tables, let's click on the new query. And let's access from select star form, execute it, and okay, let's go to the master. Let's change the database to web db form. Now execute, and you are able to see the results. Okay, so by this way we can access our database through Management Studio through our system, and we can also access, or we can query our database through here through the portal also. Here we have query editor that's in preview mode right now. Just enter the password. You guys are able to see it here, that this is the data. Okay, by this way we can query our database through SQL Server Management Studio and also through here query editor. And also if you do have an issue, diagnose and solve problems is there, and click on the configure to configure the database if you want to again change that. So click OK. So here if you want to change it from standard to basic, you can change it. Otherwise, if you want to shift to the vCore based purchasing option, you can also shift that. Also, let me tell you a bit about the what is the DTU and what is vCore based purchasing options in Azure SQL. So vCore based is the recommended model by Azure, and this purchasing model provides us a choice between a provisioned compute tier and a serverless compute tier. With the provisioned compute tier, you choose the exact amount of compute resources that are always provisioned to your workload. And with the serverless compute tier, you specify the auto scaling of the compute resources over a configurable compute range. So here this is the vCore based purchasing option. And when it comes to the DTU is database transaction unit based purchasing model. The purchasing model provides bundled compute and storage packages balanced for common workload. So it is just for common workload, and here this is for mainly for the production servers, and DTU is only for like just normal workload. So these are the two types of purchasing models here. And from here you can see the connection string. From here, if you want to use the ADO.NET, then this is the connection string for JDBC this or DBC this. Here we have to pass your password here. So by this way we can create a Azure SQL instance on Microsoft Azure. I hope you guys like it. If you guys do have an issue, just comment me. I will help you. Thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day.